I'd been in the military for less than a year before I was under investigation for being gay.
What did I tell that person so I can make sure that's the same thing that I'm telling someone else? It pretty much started to sort of tear me in half as a person.
I was interrogated, my room was ripped apart.
So when I joined up, it was obviously something that I kept hidden and kept very, very quiet.
I had to have fake boyfriends, because people would question, why aren't you at a certain age, dating somebody?
My name is Corporal Kelly Flynn. I'm a lesbian woman in the Royal Air Force. I've been in the Air Force for 16 years. I came out about 7 years into my career. It was a fairly simple process for me. I had a very good support network both at home and in work. I had a gay man as my flight sergeant at the time, and he really helped me. Something that I was unintentionally hiding, it felt like, and then being able to be open and free about it, it just made me much happier.
I am Corporal Mark Latimer Jenkins. I've been in the Air Force now coming up 18 years, and I identify as a gay man. I didn't come out straight away. I didn't realise you could actually be gay in the military. So once I'd met a friend of mine on my first posting at RAF Odium, that built up my confidence, seeing that he was accepted for everything that he is. It gave me the confidence then to actually come out myself. I'm
Flight Lieutenant Tam Wakeham, and I identify as a gay female. So I joined in 1989, before the ban was lifted. Back in the late 80s, early 90s, it was almost unbelievable that it would become the norm in society. And it's had its ups and downs, because just because policy changes, just because it's now allowed, doesn't mean that everybody accepts it. On a daily basis, people will still automatically assume that I am with a man. So, do you have a boyfriend? And you have to kind of weigh up, do I want to tell this person that I do or I don't? And even now in 2020, I'm sort of having to weigh up, do I trust that person enough to tell them yes or no?
So I'm Corporal Owain James Bridge. I'm with 71 IR Squadron at RAF Wittering. I've been in the Air Force since 2005. And although I knew that the ban had been lifted and that it was perfectly legal to be LGBT in the military, I didn't feel like it was the most appropriate time to come out at that stage. The environment that I worked in for the majority of my service, although was very welcoming of me and my work ethic, I didn't feel that I could be comfortably myself without too many people raising an eyebrow at that time. It was quite a male heavy dominated trade that I'm in. It took me till 2017 to come out at work. I was actually approached by my line manager at the time. So I said to him, I'm bisexual. It's caused problems. I said, I'm worried about how it's going to affect my work here with the amount of, I suppose, male heavy environment that I'm in. And he was just accepting from the minute go, sat me down, talked me through it, said, it's perfectly fine.
So I'm SAC Connor Circle. I'm 21 years old and I currently work at 90 Signals Unit. So I joined up desperately trying to keep it a secret, thinking that I would get kicked out. So I came out approximately 2.5 years ago. It was kind of an accident. We were working on some equipment in the hangar. We were waiting for software to upload, and we were playing one of the standard games, like Who Would You Rather Sleep With, with celebrities, that sort of thing. And I kind of accidentally chose the guy over the woman, and so which shocked a few people. Some people kind of expected it. Originally there was a little bit of panic and it's like, oh my god, what have I done? And then after a couple of days I realised there's no bad reactions to this so far, and it was like a massive weight had been lifted off my chest because I'd kept it a secret for years.
My name is Corporal Mike Taylor. I'm based at Royal Air Force Brize Norton. I am gay. I joined up in 1999, so it was still illegal to be LGBT in the military at that point. I wasn't out at that point either, because I was still unsure myself about who I was. It was very hard to keep a secret. You live a double life. In the military, I didn't actually come out. Someone challenged me one night out where a leaving do for someone at work, and out of the blue, as completely unexpected, this person taps me on the shoulder. As I turned around, they literally just came out with the question, "Mike, are you gay?" And that was the point where I went, "Yes, I am." Such a weight was lifted off my shoulders. At that point, it did feel a massive relief. They were so supportive, everyone at work. As I found out, they'd already knew, they guessed it.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.